When Star Wars hit the big screen in 1977, it changed filmmaking and storytelling as we know it. But as time went on, we had to say goodbye to many of the talented actors who brought this galaxy far, far away to life. Let's take a moment to remember and pay tribute to 28 unforgettable Star Wars actors whose legacies will live on forever. Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia Organa. Carrie Fisher was born on October 21, 1956, in Beverly Hills, California. At just 21 years old, she played Princess Leia Organa in the 1977 film Star Wars Episode IV: A New Hope. With her iconic pigtails, she played the fierce heroine, leading the Rebel Alliance with her wit and determination. From her words, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you are my only hope," or to her defiant gaze at Darth Vader, Leia became an immortal icon. A role that not only defined her career, but also stole the hearts of every fan. In real life, Carrie's life was more dramatic than the fictional stories. In 1983, she married Paul Simon, a short-lived marriage that ended within a year, and she had to face the ups and downs of fame and personal difficulties. Throughout her life, she struggled with bipolar disorder and addiction, often using humor as a weapon, which made her both loved and missed. He died on December 27, 2016, at the age of 60, in Los Angeles, California, after suffering a heart attack on an airplane. The cause of death was later attributed to sleep apnea and other health problems. Carrie Fisher wasn't just Princess Leia. She was also a powerful voice for those struggling with mental illness and the pressures of fame. In her memoirs, Wishful Drinking and the Princess Diarist, she revealed her dark side behind the spotlight, talking about love, loneliness, and even her secret relationship with Harrison Ford, whom she played while filming Star Wars. Her honesty has comforted millions because Carrie dares to admit her flaws and turns them into strengths. She is the embodiment of resilience, of a woman who dares to laugh at hardship, who dares to live justly in a world of illusions. Carrie's death left a deep void for fans and colleagues. A day later, her legendary mother, Debbie Reynolds, also passed away, seemingly unable to live without her daughter. This story of maternal love has become one of Hollywood's most heartbreaking stories. For millions of people, Carrie Fisher was not only an actress, but also a symbol of hope, courage, and kindness. The image of Leia Organa will live forever in the Star Wars universe, strong, intelligent, and never-ending. Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca. Peter Mayhew was born on May 19, 1944 in London, England. At the age of 33, he brought the Wookiee character Chewbacca to life in Star Wars Episode IV: A New Hope, 1977. Transforming Han Solo's formidable friend into a beloved icon with his signature growl and quiet loyalty. Standing at 8'11", Peter gave Chewbacca a heart and charisma that captivated audiences everywhere, from dramatic battles aboard the Millennium Falcon to warm embraces with Leia. In real life, Peter was a family man. In 1999, he met and married Angelique Da Silva. They had 3 children and a stable home during the heyday of Star Wars fame. However, his tall stature took its toll on him physically, and years of heart disease and health problems took their toll. He died on April 30, 2019, in Boyd, Texas, at the age of 74. Peter Mayhew was not only the actor who played the Wookiee in the film, but also the heart of Chewbacca. Behind the giant mask were gentle eyes, a warm smile, and a heart full of love for his fans. He attended most of the exchange events, always taking time to sign autographs, take pictures, and tell funny stories on set in a humble voice. Chewie's signature bow, the faint nod when meeting Leia or Han Solo, were all Peter's creations, to express his emotions with his body, not with words. When he passed away, the entire Star Wars world expressed deep grief. Mark Hamill called him a gentle giant, and Harrison Ford said of him, the spirit of Peter Chewbacca, the most loyal friend anyone could ask for. His family founded the Peter Mayhew Foundation, an organization that helps underprivileged children and those in need, because they wanted Chewbacca to continue spreading kindness. In the hearts of fans, Chewie is not just a fictional character, but Peter Mayhew's benevolent legacy, a symbol of loyalty, friendship, and compassion in a galaxy far, far away. James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader. James Earl Jones was born on January 17, 1931, in Arkabutla, Mississippi. At the age of 46, he voiced Darth Vader in Star Wars Episode IV: A New Hope, 1977. His deep, commanding, and resonant voice made the villain one of the most fearsome icons in film history. From his icy breath to his iconic line, "I am your father," James brought depth to the story of Darth Vader, the soulful villain, though only a voice. His performance perfectly complemented David Prowse's physical presence, creating a character that was both ruthless and haunting. James Earl Jones overcame a severe childhood stutter to become a legendary actor, a Tony, Emmy, and Grammy Award winner. In his private life, he was married to Cecilia Hart from 1982 until his death in 2016, and they had a son, Flynn. In 2022, after more than 60 years of commitment, he officially retired, leaving behind a vast body of roles, from The Lion King to Field of Dreams. When he died in New York City on September 9, 2024, at the age of 93, the world mourned him as the voice of the century. James's career was a testament not only to his talent but also to his determination to go from being a shy boy to becoming one of Hollywood's most powerful voices. That voice will forever echo throughout the galaxy, a reminder that even in the darkness, there is art and the light of humanity that lives on forever. Born on May 26, 1913, in Surrey, England, Peter Cushing is one of the legendary actors of British cinema, known for his aristocratic demeanor, standard voice, and great transformation ability. At the age of 64, he took on the role of Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars Episode IV, A New Hope, 1977, the role of the powerful villain of the Galactic Empire who ordered the cold destruction of the planet Alderaan, wiping out the lives of millions with a single command. His slender figure, angular face, and cold eyes made audiences shiver. Cushing's majesty and cruelty made Tarkin an irreplaceable symbol of the villain, whom viewers both hated and admired. Off-screen, however, Peter Cushing was a humble and kind man. He married Helen Beck in 1943, and their relationship lasted nearly 3 decades. Until his death in 1971, the loss led to a quiet life for him. He lived out the rest of his life in solitude, always thinking of his beloved wife. Nevertheless, he continued to devote himself to the arts, playing memorable roles in Sherlock Holmes, Dracula, and several classic Hammer film horror films. In his final years, he fought a quiet battle with prostate cancer. Peter Cushing died in Canterbury, Kent, on August 11, 1994, at the age of 81. His death left a deep sorrow in the hearts of fans around the world. Although time has passed, the image of Grand Moff Tarkin, whom he portrayed, remains a symbol of cold power and perfection in classic British film acting. Kenny Baker was born on August 24, 1934, in Birmingham, England. He was just over 3 feet tall and didn't let his physical limitations stop him from pursuing his acting dreams. At the age of 44, he played R2-D2 in Star Wars A New Hope, 1977. A small robot full of courage and humor, the forgotten hero of the Rebel Alliance. Wearing a tight metal suit, Kenny had to endure heat, humidity, and physical hardships. But it was he who gave R2-D2 his own personality, from his stoop, his funny movements, to his expressive whistles that the whole world loved. In real life, Kenny was an optimistic and cheerful man. In 1970, he married Eileen Baker, a short, gentle woman from the same family, and they had 2 children and a loving family. But his life was not without sadness. Eileen died in 1993, leaving him with a long loneliness. Kenny appeared in a number of popular films, including Time Bandits and Flash Gordon, but none surpassed the impact of R2-D2. His health gradually deteriorated due to heart and lung problems, and he died on August 13, 2016, in Preston, Lancashire, at the age of 81. Despite his small stature, Kenny Baker left behind a powerful legacy that proves that true strength comes not from size, but from a willingness to never give up. William Hootkins was born on July 5, 1948, in Dallas, Texas, United States. From a young age, he was passionate about theater and film, often appearing in school plays, due to his natural talent for roles and lively acting. After graduating from high school, he attended Princeton University, where he not only received formal art training, but also developed creative thinking, a sharp mind, and a unique sense of humor, factors that accompanied him throughout his later career. After his studies, Hootkins moved to London and joined the British acting community, where he began his professional acting career. His big break came at the age of 29, when he was cast as Red Six Porkins in Star Wars A New Hope, 1977. Although it was only a supporting role, William made a lasting impression on audiences. The character, Porkins, a large-bodied, determined-faced, and brave-hearted X-Wing pilot, fought until his last breath in the legendary Battle of Yavin. When he uttered the words, "I can hold it," and disappeared in a violent explosion, he became a symbol of courage and tragedy in the Star Wars universe. After the success of the film, William Hootkins continued his brilliant film career. He appeared in several famous blockbusters, such as Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981, as Major Eaton, who gives Indiana Jones a mission, Flash Gordon, 1981, and Batman, 1989, as the corrupt police officer Eckhart, who is killed by the man he despises, Jack Napier, later the Joker. He also participated in several independent film and theater projects in the United Kingdom, confirming his versatile talent, going far beyond the stereotype of comedic supporting role. Despite his reputation, Hootkins was remembered by his colleagues as a kind, humble, and energetic man. He had a booming voice, a warm smile, and was always ready to help his colleagues. However, his weight problems accompanied him throughout his life, as a result of which his health deteriorated significantly by middle age. His personal life was quite turbulent. He was married to Polly Hootkins, but the marriage broke up after a few years. He later remarried to Denise Welch, but this relationship also ended in divorce. Childless, William spent most of his time between work, friends, and Star Wars fan conventions, where he was always warmly welcomed. In the final years of his life, Hootkins had to battle pancreatic cancer, a terrible disease that gradually consumed his body. Despite the pain, he maintained a positive attitude, attending events and interacting with fans whenever he could. On October 23, 2005, in Santa Monica, California, William Hootkins breathed his last at the age of 57, leaving behind endless sorrow in the hearts of his friends, colleagues, and Star Wars fans around the world. Sheila Fraser was born on November 22, 1920, in London, England. At the age of 57, she played Aunt Beru Lars, the gentle and warm-hearted woman who raised Luke Skywalker with her husband on the desert planet of Tatooine. Although her appearance in Star Wars A New Hope, 1977, was very brief, her kindness, gentle gaze, and loving voice made the audience feel the human roots of Luke's journey. In real life, Sheila was a versatile artist who appeared in numerous British films and stage plays from the 1940s. In 1943, she married director Anthony Squire, but the marriage did not last long. After their divorce, she decided to remain single and devote her time to art and charity work. In her later years, her health deteriorated due to heart disease, but she retained her characteristic optimism and charm. On August 29, 2000, Sheila Fraser died in London at the age of 79. To fans, she was not only Aunt Beru, but also a symbol of warmth in a violent galaxy. Her tenderness illuminated the opening of Star Wars, creating a deep emotional foundation for Luke Skywalker's journey. Phil Brown was born on April 30, 1916, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, United States. He was a veteran actor who had lived through Hollywood's turbulent years. At the age of 61, he played Owen Lars, Luke Skywalker's stern but kind uncle, in the film Star Wars A New Hope, 1977. Although he only appeared in the first part of the film, his character made a deep impression on the simple farmer, who had always feared that his nephew would follow the same adventurous path as his father. Phil Brown's real life also took sad turns. During the American Red Witch Hunt, he was blacklisted for left-wing leanings, and was forced to leave Hollywood and move to England to continue his career. However, he did not lose faith in art. The role of Owen Lars is proof of his comeback, sincere, touching, and ordinary. In his private life, he married Virginia Brown in 1940, and the two men were together for the rest of their lives. He lived a simple life, enjoying his old age in peace. Phil Brown died of heart failure on February 9, 2006, at the age of 89, in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles. He passed away quietly, but the image of his devoted Uncle Owen will always be an important part of the childhoods of millions of Star Wars fans. David Prowse was born on July 1, 1935, in Bristol, England. Before becoming an actor, he was a bodybuilder and represented Great Britain in international weightlifting competitions. His muscular physique and commanding presence made him the perfect choice for the role of Darth Vader in Star Wars A New Hope, 1977. At the age of 42, he donned the heavy black armor and iconic cowl, becoming one of the most haunting figures in 20th century cinema. Although Vader's voice was provided by James Earl Jones, it was Prowse's walk, gestures, and body language that brought the character to life and made him terrifying. He gave Vader an irresistible physical presence that was both majestic and tragic. Few people know that Prowse also trained Christopher Reeve for the role of Superman in 1978. In real life, he married Norma Scammell in 1963, and they had 3 children. His family life was happy, along with a successful film career. However, in his later years, he struggled with prostate cancer and memory problems. On November 28, 2020, David Prowse passed away at the age of 85. Although he never saw his true face in the unveiling scene of Vader, his legacy in the hearts of fans is immortal. To millions, he was Darth Vader, a symbol of power, fear, and redemption. Alec Guinness has been Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alec Guinness was born on April 2, 1914, in London, England. At the age of 63, he took on the role of Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars: A New Hope, 1977, playing the calm, wise Jedi Master who guided Luke Skywalker through his battle with Darth Vader with a voice of reason and noble sacrifice. His deep gaze and calm tone brought a spiritual depth to the film. Although he joked that he didn't enjoy the fame that came with the role, Guinness understood that Obi-Wan touched the hearts of the audience. Before Star Wars, he was a famous actor who won an Oscar for his role in The Bridge on the River Kwai. His personal life was a model of simplicity. He has been married to Marula Salomon since 1938, and they have a son, Matthew, and have been together for more than 6 decades. When he was attacked by liver cancer, he remained calm and gentle. He died on August 5, 2000, in West Sussex, at the age of 86. To fans, Alec Guinness was not only Obi-Wan, but also the embodiment of wisdom, loyalty, and faith in goodness. The image of him smiling and disappearing into the Force forever is one of the most sacred moments in cinema, as is the way he gently, nobly, and forever left this world.